into a good length. We can wrap up.
Yeah, we
got any closing remarks?
We kind of fucking I'm not gonna lie. I dropped the ball in the last like 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Damn.
Ever since we started talking about Shrek.
I don't know if...
Hey, we can cut all this out and come back strong. I'm down for it.
Yeah, let's take a break.
We don't have to take a break, but let's lock in.
Yeah, you can take a break.
Yeah, you can come back. Doesn't matter.
If you need a break, you can take a break. No, it's forcing you here. I just feel like there's a diffusal of responsibility. I think because you all think that there's two guests that you all don't need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Have I not been talking?
No, that's not what he's saying.
Neither of you all have talked for like the past 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
That is not true.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
You're
We're
being
only at an
hyperbolic.
hour.
I'm definitely being
I told you
hyperbolic,
last
I
10
just
minutes.
said.
I told you I dropped the ball. I just said that.
Do you have closing remarks about Shrek?
What should we
Wait,
talk about?
is Emperor's New Groove Disney?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Disney versus DreamWorks.
Yeah. I think they both have good movies.
It is a big difference, though.
They both have, like, humor that appeals to the older audience.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Emperor's New Groove does, but Disney overall doesn't.
Shrek does.
Shrek and Emperor's New Groove do. That's why they're
Well,
both
yeah,
good.
does.
That's what I'm
Everything DreamWorks does.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't
you know
think
what I
you-
recently watched that was fire? Monsters vs. Aliens. It's actually aged well. Somehow.
Interesting.
It pulled it off. I was surprised. I was not expecting it. You think Emperor's New Groove has aged well? I haven't watched that in a long
Yes.
time.
I haven't
has.
watched it in a while
It
either.
has.
Have you
I
watched
also
it
haven't
recently?
watched the first Shrek in a long
Trust.
time.
It
I
has
might just
aged
go
well.
watch
You
both
should
of
watch
those
it. They're
over
classic.
the next couple of days. Just to see.
Emperor's New Groove, hands down, better.
Put it to the test. I think they're both good. They're in the same conversation.
Same sphere, but I just think Emperor's New Groove is better. But there's only one of them.
Why is
And there's
it
3
better?
Shrek movies.
True.
Yeah, can you articulate for me why you think that...
There
I'd
is,
say- I
wait,
would
there
say
is
that
a
the first two
prequel
Shrek
to
movies-
Emperor's New Groove. It's called Kronk's New Groove. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, did that?
I didn't know
Isn't that a show?
There
they
was
did
a
make
show.
a show, yes.
The show was actually kind of okay. From what I remember.
I never watched it.
Watch
What
it
was
like
it on?
Sunday
So like
morning
you kind of
television
can't,
on
you kind of
Disney.
can't compare it. But I like Emperor's New Groove than any one Shrek movie personally.
See, I'm thinking the first 2 Shrek movies better than Emperor's New Groove on its own.
2
And
definitely
better-
is.
Better
1
than
probably
Kronk's
is.
New Groove with Emperor's New Groove too.
I bet Kronk's New Groove is trash. I'm gonna be honest.
It's okay.
Yeah,
just
it was,
kind of-
It was okay.
Clearly a money grab, but at least it wasn't like a.
That's all anything is these days, bro.
True.
That's true.
Should we go back to the conversation about, like, DreamWorks versus Disney?
Yes.
Because I feel
Yes.
like I definitely like DreamWorks over the, like, older Disney cartoons as far as, like, the Cinderellas and shit like that. Even though those are classics, I get more enjoyment out of, like, Shrek or, like, How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train
I
Your
get
Dragon.
a lot.
Yeah,
Fire.
let's talk about rewatch quality.
Like, actual, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, can you rewatch it?
Is it worth
So
it?
I'm thinking this is probably going to be more like Pixar versus DreamWorks, more than just overall Disney animated
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Well,
So not like you're not including like
the
Star
Disney
Wars and
Pixar
shit
thing
in this
was
movie?
recent.
Huh?
Disney Pixar thing was recent. They
Not
didn't
that
used to
recent.
be combined.
Yeah.
For like
Aren't
really
all-
old Disney movies, yeah.
Aren't all Star Wars movies Pixar movies though? Or Star Wars shows and movies that
Pixar
they
is
make?
just the animation
Star Wars isn't Pixar.
of like that
You
does
should,
the
but
animation.
they have
movies.
the thing at the beginning of every episode, don't they?
They have the Pixar thing at the
Yeah.
beginning of every episode? No, they don't.
You know. I don't remember the last time I watched it. Okay.
Now they have like the Lucasfilms.
Not even, but they don't have it in the movies either. The Pixar animation. They definitely have it. They don't. They don't.
No.
I
It's not
understand.
Pixar.
I understand. Like they
Only
made
the animated stuff that Disney makes.
In Star
is
Wars, all
Pixar.
they have is the credits.
You trying
I
to
swear
tell me?
to
You
God.
trying to tell me that team wouldn't be useful in making a Star Wars film though?
But that's not what you were saying. If you said that, we
That's
would have
not what I'm
agreed with
saying.
you. If you had said that to start off, I would have been like, yes, absolutely. They could have definitely used that because, like, Clone Wars
But
is
did
kind
they-
of
Okay, so what I'm
animation.
saying is that those movies that have it are Pixar movies, so you have to include those.
Okay. I'm not disputing it. I think it's fucking crazy, but I'm not arguing against it. So maybe we should look up a list overall.
Okay.
Of what?
Dreamville movies,
Dreamville?
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks movies. I almost said that earlier, I did it, but
I know more about Dreamville than I know about Dreamworks.
Oh,
Okay. Shrek, Kung Fu Panda,
Kung Fu Panda
Madagascar.
masterpieces.
Yeah, honestly,
This is-
Megamind,
This is
Megamind.
Dreamworks.
Shark Tale.
Is this Dreamworks?
Yeah.
Shark Tale is one of the greatest
Your favorite Chicken Run.
Italian American
I don't even
stories
know.
of all time.
Chicken Run's gotta be like bottom tier, right?
Oh, really?
Chicken Run's gotta be like bottom tier.
Chicken
You
Run.
tell that to your poster.
Which one was Chicken Run?
Oh, Wallace
Yeah.
and Gromit.
It's
Yeah, you're tripping.
Wallace
Sorry.
and Gromit's
It's the same fucking thing.
If you say so.
same team.
It's not. Wallace and
Apparently,
Gromit is
Transformers
Claymation
was
style
DreamWorks.
is-
Didn't know that.
Huh.
What is?
B movie Transformers.
Okay, well, Transformers.
Bro, there's a Wallace and Gromit movie right there
Transformers?
on the screen right now.
Is
Wait,
it?
what?
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew that they were DreamWorks, but she was trying to tell me that it was
Chicken Run.
I don't really like Chicken Run.
Robots, right? Who made Robots?
DreamWorks.
Robots is a
Wow, they make
Fire
adult
movie.
movies.
So those are some great picks. Pixar has Cars, Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Up, Inside Out, Wall-E, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Ratatouille. Oh man,
I feel like there's more.
that's hard, bro.
I
That
think
really
there's
is hard.
more from Pixar, but I think there's just like consecutive classics
Yeah,
for me from DreamWorks, where it's like I could watch any of them,
I
because
forgot
basically.
to say How to Train Your
but I would
Dragon
not watch all of those Disney
and
movies.
Over the Hedge.
Both of those are really good.
Over the Edge was funny. I don't know if it would hold up the same way now if I watched it.
I started watching it with my freshman year roommate. We didn't finish it though.
Well, I wonder why.
I think we were interrupted by something, but I forget what it was.
And it wasn't
Did not
interesting
continue.
enough to bring you back the next day. If I was halfway through Megamind, I would come back
I
to
would finish
Megamind and
Megamind.
fucking watch that shit.
Just,
Even though I know what happened.
just to be clear, Star Wars movies aren't Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up.
He just sat over here and combed the entire catalog of Pixar movies, and he's like, well,
No Star Wars.
No
I am
Star
wrong.
Wars.
Damn.
So wait, is it DreamWorks versus Pixar versus Disney? Oh wait, no, they're
Mm-mm.
together. Never mind.
yeah, we're kind of leaving out like the older.
Ah!
movies.
Bad phone.
Dang.
I kind of agree
Dang.
with what Preston was saying as far as like quantity. I mean,
Versus
Pixar
quality.
definitely has DreamWorks beat. I mean, this is just so many classics. Like I just named like every like 5-year-old child's like best shit growing up.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo was goated when I was growing
Monsters,
up.
Inc.
Cars was goated when I was growing up. But as far as what I would like more now, shit like How to Train Your Dragon, that's just
How to Train Your
Better.
Dragon's one of the best. Like, isn't it a trilogy?
yeah.
I think it's one of the best ones overall. Like, all three of those movies are pretty solid cohesively.
The whole trilogy. I don't know if I'd say that about all three of them because I don't
I'm
remember liking
thinking-
the third one that much. I've seen all three of them.
It's where he has a baby with the white.
It feels like they had
Yeah,
to.
that was silly.
It feels like they had to wrap it up.
Yeah, it does feel a little
Forced.
wrapped up.
At least they didn't like do some bullshit. They were just like, let's actually give a conclusion to the story instead of like.
Have you all seen Kung Fu Panda recently? Didn't we all watch Kung Fu Panda?
I've never
together
seen
at
the
one
third.
time?
I've never seen the
Yeah.
third movie.
The third-
So good.
I don't even think
How
there's
to Train Your Dragon?
No.
Oh, I never even watched any of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know what y'all were talking about.
You should
I was
definitely
like-
watch that.
The real
It's a
question:
banger.
The first
How to
one's
Train Your
amazing.
Dragon trilogy versus Kung Fu Panda trilogy. Because the second Kung Fu Panda, fire.
I
The one where he
would
fights that-
probably say Kung Fu Panda. However, I do love How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I'm not as in love with the other How to Train Your Dragons outside of the first one
I think-
as I am about the second Kung Fu Panda one.
Kung Fu Panda, the first one,
And it's
amazing.
it's not
Second
because
one,
the
top tier.
movies
Yeah.
are bad. It's just I feel like the plot's not really there
Mm-hmm.
as much as like the Kung Fu Pandas.
I mean, Kung Fu Panda 1 is just like,
Just like
it's amazing.
Timeless.
It's
It's pretty fire. It's pretty fire. I
like
feel like
just like the fighting sequences, like how they were able to
Yeah.
make like a Kung Fu fighting panda look crazy in animation. Like the
Yeah.
fact that they were able to do that is kind of mind blowing if you think about it. Just the action.
What about the
Jim.
praying mantis?
Yeah.
Praying Mantis is pretty lit.
He went hard.
Right?
The praying mantis.
Seth Rogen went hard in Kung Fu
I
Panda.
love him. What a king.
What a perfect pick for a.
The casting in Kung Fu Panda
Uh-huh.
is some of the best casting I have ever seen. That is what anytime the credits show up after
Yeah.
I've like watched it, I'm just like, yes, it makes perfect sense.
Seth
Every
Rogen is
single
like
one.
the perfect Disney character almost.
He's so versatile.
When he doesn't make weed jokes.
Well, I
Yeah, he
don't think
just,
that's
like-
in the script.
Yeah.
I love it when the praying mantis is like, ha ha,
He's
ha, I'm so high.
Like you know that.
Dude, the Seth Rogen.
Me and Snoop Dogg just smoked a joint.
What animal would Snoop Dogg be in Kung Fu Panda?
A dog.
I don't know.
Snoop the dog.
Is he?
He could be a lion. Because he changed his name to Snoop Lion that one
Did he
time.
change it back?
He did
Yeah.
change it back. Because
I
no one
remember
was
that.
fucking calling him Snoop Lion. And he's like, if you people aren't going to respect my name, I'm just going to be Snoop. Yeah,
I don't understand why he did that. I guess he thought it'd make his brand bigger. I don't know.
well,
It was like Bob Marley.
This is Bob Marley.
I think it was probably like
He was like,
Did he change his name?
no, it was like Bob Marley died and it was like a homage thing.
Oh.
I think.
So he was
And
never.
I think he was
he ever
doing
gonna
it-
keep the name?
I think it might have been a publicity thing because he also did an album
Mhm.
like around that time.
Yeah.
I do think that it is like a publicity stunt when artists like change their names like that.
100%.
Like, do you remember when Young Thug in 2019 or 2020 was like,
I didn't know it was a tribute.
call
to
me
Bob
Sex
Marley, though.
now. My new artist name is Sex. I'm no longer Young Thug.
I literally had no idea that he did that though.
You don't remember that?
No,
I
that he
never heard that.
contributed it, or like it was for Bob Marley. That's why I changed his
Yeah,
name.
I didn't know that.
I
either.
had no idea.
Preston with the fun facts, as usual.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Knowing
cool.
something that no one else knows.
Dang, I'm surprised, bro. That's crazy. I
That is
had
kinda
no
crazy.
idea. I literally had no idea.
Because it's
What's
funny
the
that I knew
reference
that
from?
and not that was why
Yeah.
he did that. To cap it off, I would probably say that Pixar is better because I like the top of the top Dreamville or see I'm doing it again. DreamWorks movies better. I think that Shrek and Kung Fu Panda and Megamind, How to Train Your Dragon are
I don't know if this is
above the Pixar movies, but Pixar just has too many classics to argue against.
I agree.
DreamWorks definitely has some shitty ones in here. Like, they made Chicken Run. They made Flushed Away. You all remember Flushed Away.
They used to always like
Flushed
put that
Away
on
was-
at school.
it was
Some
about-
people's favorite.
It was about the
I have
rats
heard that.
that were flushed down
I
the
just
toilet.
never
and
got
then-
that connection.
And then they lived
Like, I
in...
Just
don't
didn't
own
have
it.
that.
I liked it, but
I didn't.
I
really
wouldn't
like
rewatch
it.
It's not
it.
as good as most of the other shit.
it's
we're
not in the
talking about.
conversation with Shrek. That's for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Do y'all know the movie Norbit?
It sounds
No.
familiar, maybe.
It's where like Eddie Murphy is married to this big fat lady and he's got like a big gap in his teeth and he talks funny. He falls in love with like his childhood best friend. It's a really terrible movie. It really is. DreamWorks made Real Steel, which is interesting.
That's interesting.
That's a good
I
ass
didn't
movie.
even know that.
But
Wow.
since they made Transformers, that kind of makes sense.
Whoa, wild.
Wait, what?
Transformers is in the conversation now, I guess.
I guess.
Well, Transformers sucks, so it doesn't matter.
Some of them suck. I think
Transformers
They're-
versus Star Wars. Funniest thing I've said all day.
Oh shit. Yeah, if anyone is actually questioning that, by the way, that's fucked up.
I would say that any Transformers movie is better than any of the newer Star Wars movies.
I can't be that mad.
I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that.
And they're not on par with anything else, but as far as entertainment value, I mean, they're still pretty fun to watch. They're kind of in the same bucket where they're sci-fi, blast them up
Space.
type of things.
Mm-hmm.
They also made Cat in the Hat.
That movie's creepy to me.
Yeah, Michael Myers.
Is
Yeah.
that who it is?
Mike Myers. Not
I'm
Michael
live
Myers.
action. Yeah.
That's creepy. Something about a person dressed up as a cat just
Mm-hmm.
seems weird to me.
I kind of like it.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
Weirdest take you've ever had. Just being like, no. Cat in the Hat is a great movie.
This is what's wrong with America.
Top tier cinema.
You're allowed to think that.
Dr. Seuss sucks.
Okay.
Books were always gonna be
Okay.
But the books were always gonna be the best product,
Well,
and no one's gonna. They're
Go
gone.
dog go.
Oh, yeah.
The Lorax is a fire movie though.
Yeah, the lore.
That's the exception though, not the rule. None of the other.
What makes it good? I've never watched it.
It's
I've heard it for so many years that it's good, and I kind of just don't believe it.
it's actually really good.
We
Cause
watched that recently.
Cause it's actually funny. Like it's actually like entertaining when you're watching it,
Mhm.
and it's also got some like really cool messaging about like pollution and global warming and like corporations taking over the world kind of. So it's actually a really well put together movie as far as something that was adapted from like a kid's book,
For sure.
which is obviously
Yeah,
not
yeah,
as
not a lot of
Does it
source
just take-
material to work with.
Yeah. So it does take complete liberty. They don't like. I guess there's really nothing to take liberty of.
Well-
Like, it's just kind of like the legal
It's
rights to
kinda
use the
You
Lorax.
just use the character.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Do you-
still about deforestation. I
Do you
think.
remember the books? Wasn't that kind of the same thing where
The Lorax never
was
had a
like,
book though, did it?
Yeah, it did.
It did. What was that?
It's called the Lorax.
We have to read it. We have to read it. We need to get the
Wait,
backstory.
wait,
We need to
wait.
get the backstory.
Wait. Pierce, are you saying you've never read the lore?
I've never read the Lorax. No.
I think I might have, but I don't remember it for
The
sure.
Lorax.
You ever read the Giving
How well
Tree?
versed are you in Dr. Seuss books? That's the real question.
I've read most of them.
I don't know. Bro, I probably read like 2.
Maybe that's why you're stupid now.
That's mean.
Fuck. Hey,
He's gonna go cry now.
When was the last time you read?
a book?
Anything.
Anything?
Anything besides a
Yesterday.
McDonald's menu, boy.
That's so mean. Damn. Shots.
Yeah, Louis.
That was unnecessary.
Louis is just
It's
the
okay.
most
It's
out-of-pocket
okay. It's
motherfucker
okay.
I know. It's so funny.
I didn't. It's funny how I didn't have to say anything. And you just apologized because it was stupid.
I didn't apologize.
Oh, okay.
I meant what the fuck I said.
It was just.
I might have doubled
Wow.
down because I was concerned about your feelings. But
You so used to think I was dumb as fuck.
so
No,
as
he's
as-
like in your fan club. He like always talks about how much he loves you when you're not here.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
He just teases you because he likes
That's
you.
fruity. At the far end of town, where the grickle grass grows.
Wow.
Boy, he's struggling. He's struggling.
That's a tongue twister.
It's like Floyd.
Grickle grass grows.
You remember when 50 Cent told Floyd Mayweather to read a Dr. Seuss book?
That was so fun.
That's so fucking funny, bro.
It
That
really
that is
is.
such a fat ass diss, bro.
It's a lot of the same stuff. The Lorax does speak for the trees in the book. The weird thing about the Lorax, though, that I'll always remember is my hard-ass fucking science teacher in 8th grade had us watch it, and at the end he gave us like a test on it, and he asked us super specific weird questions, like how many light bulbs did they talk about in the first song in the movie and shit like that. And it was for like an actual grade. It wasn't just like a participation thing.
Yeah.
So that was bullshit. Anyways.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I think this podcast is on life support, and I think that we should just do the humane thing and do the one flew over the cuckoo's nest thing where Chief puts a pillow over dude's head and puts him out of his misery after he's lobotomized.
He said it's time.
Lobotomized.
Final comments.
Louis said that was